you just get to enjoy. Okay? Today we are starting on a new series, Soak Up. We kicked off the program with Stand Up, then we did Sign Up, and today we're starting a new series, Soak Up. It's our hour on radio, and I'm here to keep you company as usual. So let's do this, beautiful people. Finding self, finding purpose. My name is Ezinne Kanem, and I'm your host.
Women are simply amazing, great nurturers who spend most of their time, energy, and thought juggling life and family. Women are refreshing wells of courage and warmth. Up you, woman! Now is the time to find and identify your true self. Become the best you. Live your true purpose. Up You with Ezinne helps you begin the journey, empowers you with hope and inspiration. Tune in to Up You with Ezinne Kanem every Saturday at 4 p.m. on Women Radio WFM 91.7. Up You with Ezinne will help you stand up, speak up, shake up, soak up, skill up, and serve up. It's 4 p.m. every Saturday on Women Radio WFM 91.7. Up You with Ezinne, finding self, finding purpose.
Our topic today is Woman Soak Up. When I was in the university, we had a process known as soak and travel. I'm sure a lot of people already know what that is. But then this is a very simple process of putting a little gari in a bowl with plenty of water for a period of time. The result after a few minutes was quite amazing. The little portion of gari usually swelled up or rose dramatically to fill up the bowl and serve as a meal for two or even three persons at times. Similarly, that is what happens to a mind that is soaked up. It expands and becomes a magnet, attracting to you left, right, and center all the resources you need to fulfill a particular task, goal, or dream. And as if that is not enough, a mind once expanded can never, ever go back to its original state. To pursue your dreams and live the up you life, you need to soak up and expand your mind. We all know about the bathing sponge, that sponge that is foamy that we use to bath children. We all have noticed how when we put it inside water, it soaks up and it absorbs water. And then we place it over the child's head to squeeze. Water rushes out from the sponge to the delight of the child, and we are rewarded with hearty squeals. But if that sponge was dry, we wouldn't have brought that pleasure to that child. Have you ever attempted, rubbing a dry sponge on the back of your hands? If your mind soaks up a little, if it soaks up all it needs to full capacity, it will fuel your inclination and empower you up on the journey to actualizing your dreams. May I remind you, dear listeners, that all episodes of Up You with Ezinne are now up on our YouTube channel. Please go catch up, take the nuggets you need to run your life and your dreams. Subscribe and leave us a comment. It will help us to serve you better. Remember, it's all about you finding self, finding purpose. Today, as usual, we're streaming on Instagram, Up You with Ezinne, on Facebook, WFM 91.7, and at gardenradio.com. Woman, soak up. Think of life as a journey, a very long one. Will you set out on an empty tank? Usually, people set out at the start of a journey on full tank and then keep topping up as they journey on. What about you, woman? What do you know about the journey you're on? How equipped are you for that dream that you are trying to express? Do you realize that you are factory fitted with a brain capable of absorbing information and knowledge, and that we all end up underutilizing our brain's full capacity in a given lifetime? Research has it that we use just about one third of our brain capacity in our lifetime. Just tune this while I play you this music from Tu Baba and Sati Soul. Oya, come, make we go. Oya, come, make we go. Make we go to all the places. Come, we say we go like to go before. Make we go, make we see. When you learn everybody, I'm come to feel, I'm come to check, I'm gonna do it. They used to go low, but after we go, we go low. Whether I'm not true, whether I'm not like them, we go. Oya, come, make we go. Oya, come, make we go. Oya, come, make we go. I said we go like to go before. Make we go, make we see. When you learn everybody, I'm come to feel, I'm come to check, I'm gonna do it.
learning something. We can roll it out on our life and we go. Oh, yeah, come, let me go. Oh, yeah, come, let me go. I know people keep on telling me it's nothing like a miracle. You try in the circle of life, but I am an example. I know that you can make it this life. Only you try to stand up and pick up your chest. Don't let nobody tell you make you settle for less. Whenever you would break this on my head. Shop, 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 make we holler, let it go. Where I come, make we go. Make we go to all the best. I saw we go like to go before. Make we go, make we see. But you know that before the end, I'm to feel, I'm to check on you. Not to hide them, they used to be low. But now after how we go, make we go. Better not true, better not lie, let me go. Where I come, make we go. Where I come, let me go. Where I come, let me go. Let me go to all the best. I said, would you like to go before? Let me go, let me see. But you know that before the end, I'm to feel, I'm to check on you. Not to hide them, they used to be low. So we're learning something. We don't know that you want a life, let me go. Where I come, let me go. Where I come, let me go. A child is born.
Yeah, so up you women, come. Oh yeah, make we go. I know people keep on telling you there's nothing like a miracle if you try in this circle of life, but I'm an example. I know that you can make it in this life if only you try to stand up and soak up. But let nobody tell you, make you settle for less. This is really a nice rally song from Two Baba and Salty Soul. As we get set to dig into today's topic, Oya, come, make we go. Come, make we go to all the places where we dey talk say we like to go before. Make we go, make we see wetin they do for there. Make we feel am, make we check am. If na two head them they use, we go know whether na truth or whether na lie they them blow. Oya, come, make we go. Women, oya, come, make we go. Of course, it's not two heads that are using there. So let's go there, women. Let's go there. You need to absorb all you can lay your hands on about your dream and deliberately enjoy all that you discover about it. So much so that you can literally breathe it, talk it, smell it, taste it, see it, touch it, live it, own it, and eventually become it. The dream and the dreamer. Oya, come, make we go. If you're just joining us, this is Up You with Ezinne on WFM 91.7, and the topic on the burner is Woman, Soak Up. Don't touch that dial.
Wow, what a place you have here, bro. Solid structure, spacious rooms.
That's how we roll. All of the
So where you getting the beddings from?
beddings, definitely Rosemary's. Yes, Rosemary's, the soft furnishing company. They're my option one, option two, and option three. When you're going soft, choose Rosemary's. Be home proud.
For duvets, bedsheets, pillows, curtains, color scheming, wall fashion, sofas, and so on. Choose Rosemary's. We're located at Block 95, Omorure Johnson Street, Lekki, Lagos, or 16A, 3rd Avenue, Gwarimpa Housing Estate, Abuja. Or simply call us on 080 3306 9199. Choose Rosemary's. Be home proud.
Women are simply amazing, great nurturers who spend most of their time, energy, and thought juggling life and family. Women are refreshing wells of courage and warmth. Up you, woman! Now is the time to find and identify your true self. Become the best you. Live your true purpose. Up You with Ezinne helps you begin the journey, empowers you with hope and inspiration. Tune in to Up You with Ezinne Kufre Kanem every Saturday at 4 p.m. on Women Radio WFM 91.7. Up You with Ezinne will help you stand up, speak up, shake up, soak up, skill up, and serve up. It's 4 p.m. every Saturday on Women Radio WFM 91.7. Up You with Ezinne, finding self, finding purpose.
Or if you're just joining us, this is Up You with Ezinne on WFM 91.7. Finding self, finding purpose. Our guest today is one soaked up lady. But don't take my word for it. Please go to our Instagram page at Up You With Ezinne and read her full bio. But even what I'm going to serve you now should whet your appetite enough for you to perch on her shoulders and soak up. Joining me by telephone is the one, the only Olubumi Adeleye. Olubumi is a corporate communications expert with over 15 years' experience. She is Associate Director in charge of Corporate Services Communications at Leadway Insurance, providing expanded support for the company's associate and subsidiary companies in Nigeria and Cote d'Ivoire. Um, Olubumi, um, one moment there. In Cote d'Ivoire, yes. Aside her numerous prestige awards, recognitions, certifications, and professional affiliations, Olubimi holds a master's degree in corporate and marketing communications from the prestigious IE Business School in Madrid, Spain. She is an associate member of APCON and NIPR, respectively. She believes in the creation of the best version of oneself possible. Her calling is to support this journey where possible through mentorship, information, and counseling. She's a licensed NLP practitioner and a UK certified life coach. She volunteers her time at speaking engagements and to mentor younger people. A great lover of books, food, and travel, she is easygoing and has an infectious optimism towards work and life. Dear listeners, join me in welcoming our very special guest today on the show, a woman I have admired forever and a day. Good evening, Bumi. How are you today?
I am very well. Thank you, Ezinne.
Eh,
While you were speaking, I was wondering, okay, is it me she's talking about?
no, it's
Sorry, but
me.
it's just
You
still.
know. No, I was just talking about myself. And you can imagine, I didn't even read the whole thing. What if I had brought the whole thing on radio? You will not be able to walk on your streets by tomorrow morning.
I know, right? I know.
I am
Oh,
quite honored to
no.
have you on this show today.
I am delighted to be here. Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. It's obvious you're keeping well. I like your voice. You're sounding really alive. Huh?
It's very important. You need to. So this year, I told myself, this is the year where I will be still
Mm-hmm.
and let God be God. And
Ah,
in doing all of that, see, it's so important to just be still, not the kitty kitty kata kata. Just calm down, just
it,
relax.
not the bam bam
Very
thingy,
important.
right? Chilling with the big boys and the big girls, eh?
No, no, just
No, you're quite right. It's really important to be still, and just take it real easy and go at the pace and flow of God and life. Yeah. Okay, so today our topic is woman soak up.
Mhm.
So, I remember calling you up and saying, Bumi, you're the one for this, because you're one soaked up lady that I know. And then you just said, okay, I'm going to do it. So let's start with your perspective. What is your perspective
Mhm.
to soak up? And the B part, why should women soak up?
So, my my perception of it is when you speak about soaking up, it's
Hmm.
soaking up knowledge, soaking up experiences. When you soak up something, you become that thing becomes an integral part of you. You're full of that thing. You are immersed in that thing, whatever it is that you choose to soak up. And in speaking about soaking up, my perception is that we want to soak up the good things. We want to soak up the things that when life squeezes you or when you have an opportunity to pay it forward and you're squeezed, what comes out of you is goodness, is good things that you can pass on. And the truth of it is you really can't pass on what you don't have.
Mm.
If you're dry and you're squeezed, nothing but air and dust comes out. But if you've soaked up goodness, if you've soaked up, and life flows us a lot of. If you're choosing out of the experiences and the things that life has thrown at you to only soak up the good, then you're squeezed. What comes out is only good, and what is good for building up somebody else or encouraging someone else, or even applying to another situation in life that your experiences have taught you knowingly or unknowingly to prepare for. So this is what I think soaking up means. And as women, we have to soak up and be strong. We need to prepare to pull ourselves up, to pull each other up, to pull our families up, to pull our networks up. Otherwise, really, what are you doing? Those are my thoughts.
Thank you very much for your thoughts. As always, I can't wait to start having my guests in the studio live so they can see my expressions real time. I'm just saying, who gave her expo? Who told her that I talked about sponge? Who told her that I talked about this? I mean, this is how I know that this program is inspired, because all I say to people is this is what you're going to talk about, and I don't give anything more than that. And then you come in and each person has, been in sync. So that's how I know that this is highly, very inspired. Thank you, Bumi. I couldn't have asked for a better perspective to what we are about to discuss today. I took one look at your bio when I got it, and I took two steps backwards. I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. Hey, there are people, sha. Hey, So I'm still reeling, Very soon, it's just gonna be looking like Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala zone if we're not careful. But that's what I'm praying for you. You know that kind
From
of
your
thing, yeah?
lips, from your lips to God's
I'm
ears.
already, I'm even
From your lips to
applauding.
God's ears.
So you see, I
From
looked
your
at your
lips to God's
bio,
ears.
amen, and it's easy to see
Mhm.
that you're a soaked up woman. You, in fact, even describe yourself as a great lover of books. Congratulations on all your
I
wins,
do love it.
Bumi. I
Thank you.
am, I
Thank you
am
so much.
really, really, I'm really impressed. I'm trying to farms you here. I'm telling all the people here that I know you, like that, as in tick, tick, tick. Okay, dokie. So please share with us what drives you to keep seeking knowledge.
Um, so, first of all, I believe that knowledge is not just in books. I mean, books were the first place that I started,
Mm-hmm.
but as I grew older and the experiences that I had, I realized that it was just not in books, not only in books, but more on that later.
Mm-hmm.
I I have one of my favorite pastimes is discovering new words. I remember the first time I learned the word obstreperous,
Mm.
and it's amazing. It describes Nigerians very, very to the T. So an obstreperous person is somebody
I
who
can't
is
pronounce it. My
loud
tongue
and
is coiling.
obstreperous. Obstreperous. I'll send it to you as a text message so you see what the word means.
Okay, great.
It means somebody who is. It means someone. It's OBSTREPEROUS. It means somebody who
Obst-
is loud and gregarious.
oh, that's us.
Pretty much
Yeah, that's
like the average.
us.
That's all, exactly. Pretty much like the average Nigerian. You're loud and gregarious, and I am here. This is me. Don't talk to me that way.
Yeah.
Yada
Do you know who I
yada.
am?
Do you know who I am?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know who you're talking to?
Mm-hmm.
Observer. And it's something that I passion of my other friends who is passionate about reading and about books and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing that drives me to seek knowledge is just first of all, there's passion. I enjoy my happy place is when I'm learning something. When I am in
Uh-huh.
school, when I went to do my master's, when I am in a training session, or I have an opportunity to be able to practice what I am learning in
Mm-hmm.
either a controlled environment or with a project, or I am doing something, I'm applying my knowledge to something. For
Okay.
me, it fires the synapses in my head. It makes me alive because I feel like I'm learning and somehow I'm creating. I'm applying that knowledge to creating something that I otherwise would not have known. With books, what books helped me do was from a very young age. And I'll tell you something that happened with me and my relationship with me and books way back when I was much younger. So my older sister and my dad had this thing going where my father would get some books, my sister would borrow the books from him. She would hide the books. My father would ask her where are the books. So they had this thing that was just between the two of them.
Mm-hmm.
And what was the thing? Because they could read. I was like, what kind of nonsense is that? I wanted him. So I
Uh-huh.
would collect. So my sister would quote unquote steal the book from my dad. I would steal the book from her. She would look for the books where she hid it. She won't find it. She'll come looking for me. My father would look for his book, he won't find an ask then he started asking me. So it
So
became
you
a
were in, yeah.
a trial thing. I was in the club, that's
Yeah,
and
yes.
my father he was amazing. My father had books like The Godfather Never Sleeps. He had books, he had the whole Sherlock Holmes set. If he were alive today, he probably would have gotten Obasanjo's Now My Watch is Ended set of books. He bought a lot of Reader's Digest. We had a lot of those. Then we had war comics. He got other comics for us, but I used to love reading his war comics and Reader's Digest. I think I got my love for words from Reader's Digest. So we had a lot of that growing up, and it was just that learning, that discovering things. And the beauty about books is that if you have a good imagination, it helps you even improve on it. It takes you to distant lands that you never quite imagined existed. I tell you, Ezinne, I knew how a creme brulee tasted before I tasted it. Don't ask me how. It was just from the way the person described the how it tasted in the books. Before I knew how snow felt before I saw or could find out in the books how one snowflake was totally different from another. Books are just something amazing. I tell you, you could go into distant lands and universes and other planets and just imagine how it would be just being there, fighting fantasy wars and all of that. And of course, I'm sure by now you can tell I also love watching.
You're sucking me in already. And I'm sure you're sucking in your listeners as well, because I'm already beginning to imagine that chimney. And then, someone is sliding down. Yes. It's safe to say that you're sapiosexual.
Yeah, I am a sapiosexual. I am sapiosexual. Completely and totally.
Yes, because I mean, I was already forgetting we're on a show, and I was like, you know what? I was going to say, Bumi, you see, and the cookie just came, That's what books do to you. Okay, let me just open this phone line so that we don't just think it's both of us, right? So I'm going to open the phone lines right now. And the phone numbers to call, number to call is 07000 and the number to text is 0703 I'll take that again. The number to call is 07000 and the number to text is 0703 1756537. My guest today is Olubumi Adelaye, and we're discussing Woman Soak Up. So, Bumi, we have a call. So let's take a call. Hello, good afternoon. Up you with Ezinne. Okay, we lost that one. While we wait for more people to call us, I was just saying before we went on that break that you were sucking me in. And I'm sure some other persons were also being sucked in because you were painting pictures with words. Your words were painting pictures for us. So, and I do know that books provide shoulders for shoulders of giants. Like you even mentioned. Sorry, there's a call coming in. Hello, hello, up you with Ezinne? You dropped. Okay, so books provide one with the shoulders of giants to stand on and hopefully see more than the pioneers ever did. Given that this is a fact, because we just enjoyed the fact, we just enjoyed it. We saw an example without even knowing it. You just give us an example of what books can do to one. Why the apathy to reading? There's this saying, and it upsets me. If you want to hide something from a black man, put it in a book. Why?
Yeah. I've heard the saying too. Um, I think that is a whole different story all by itself,
Mm,
because reading, the habit of reading and learning full stop is something that is taught, is something that is encouraged. If you are so distracted by life and living and doing other things that you cannot begin to find the joys and the learn and that come from reading, and the whole new vista that it opens up to you. If you were never taught to enjoy it, you won't bother. Now, another reason that people don't read is um, people learn in different ways.
mm-hmm,
There are people that are visual. They prefer to watch movies. They learn better that way. That is just their learning style.
mm-hmm,
There are people that are auditory. They like to listen. That's why you see. That's why audiobooks have taken up so well and because some people just prefer to listen to the words rather than read them. Another thing, especially with cosmopolitan cities like Lagos, is there's simply no time. There's just no time. This is why audiobooks work, because if you're able to play the books, the audiobooks in your car as you're going to work, or on your phone as you're commuting, you can soak up the knowledge and soak up the book just by hearing. Other people prefer to learn by doing. So if your learning is you wanting to, obviously I am a combination of all three. There are people that prefer two of them, there are people that prefer one. But some people prefer to learn by doing. They don't read to them. They don't want to read it. They don't want to hear it. They just want to do. That's how they learn. Which is why people have different learning styles while they're in school. But generally, with books that are not necessarily for professional use or for studies in school, if it's just reading just for the joy of it, reading just for edification or to understand, some people don't do it because maybe the books are expensive. Good books are expensive, although they don't have to be. You can find other options. Sometimes people say they don't have time, like in Lagos, they say they don't have time, or they don't know what to read. Sometimes for people that have learning disabilities, reading is hard. And if you have had bad experiences with reading as a child, there are some people that would actually equate reading with punishment.
mm,
I
mm.
found joy. I found joy with reading because it gave me an in into that small,
Click.
3-man club that my father had with my sister. I became the third man
Yeah,
in that circle, and
yeah.
very soon all of us linked up to it because the rest of my siblings quickly caught on that okay, there's something going on with it. I want in, and we all became avid readers. At home, we were hiding books from each other and taking turns queuing up to read books. We just enjoyed it. But if it was something that was a punishment as a child or when
Mm,
you were younger, if those were your early experiences in reading is not something that will come naturally to you because you're an adult now. Nobody can tell you what to do, and you're just not going to read if you don't want to read.
true.
So it's a myriad. It's a myriad of reasons, you know.
Thank you.
But for this, yeah.
Thank you. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I was just saying thank you because you've answered a whole lot of questions with one question. Thank you for
Mm-hmm,
mentioning
mm-hmm,
that there are several ways of soaking up besides actually reading a book. Like our guest has said to all of us here today, you can soak up by reading a book, soak up by listening to a book, soak up by watching movies, soak up by doing. You can even soak up by traveling, but you've got to soak up.
mm-hmm,
You just have to soak up.
absolutely.
You can't be dry. when you're pursuing a dream or a goal or a task or even living life. You must have to know something. I mean, somebody shouldn't be having a conversation with you and you're blank. I mean, look at how our guest came throwing up one big word that I can't even pronounce, but I had to give her back another one. I say sapiosexual. You see what I'm saying? So you banter back and forth like that. So the phone lines again are 07000 The text line is 0703 175 6537. Bumi, you mentioned something that is really, really dear to my mind. You said your father actually used to buy a lot of books and then so started this stuff with your sister and you wanted in. How do we catch them young now? Because you see, now everybody's carrying one cell phone, eh? And trust me, they're not reading any book on their cell phone. It's skits. Oh, I know you can learn from those as well, but in a humorous way or something. But how do we catch them young, to have an interest in reading so that the book culture doesn't die? Because frankly, I know that when I used to read all those my Mills and Boone, all those my Enid Blytons, all those books, Sidney
I
Sheldon's,
love Dennis
all those
Blyton.
books that I used to read.
Love
I know
Dennis
that I hadn't left this country when someone said to me, you must be exposed to foreign culture. As at the time this was said to me, I hadn't left Nigeria. But due to the
It was said
conversation I
to me
was having with
too.
the person said, "Oh, you must be exposed to foreign culture." And yes, I was. They were in the books. And so I could see them and I could pick them. And eventually
Someone
when
asked
when I
me,
now had access to go, it wasn't
yes,
strange. I just fitted into the society. So how do we catch them young?
someone asked me, not one person, not two people.
Mm.
Did you school outside the country where you grew up in Britain?
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, no, grew up in Nigeria, very much Nigerian,
Mm-hmm.
But it was amazing because just like you said, I love Emily Blyton, the famous five,
Exactly.
the famous
Now we're
five.
telling them our ages. Oh no, no, okay, let's stop, let's stop, let's
Exactly.
stop.
Oh my God. All those books were amazing, amazing books. And don't get me started. How do we catch them young?
Yes.
See, you have to you can't make it like punishment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? It needs to be fun. And I also think that the proliferation of social media is not helping.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that there is TV on demand now, back in the day, you could count the number of stations that you had on one
My
hand.
sister.
We could go out to play.
The thing
Like
will start
we
at
go
12
out
and we
and
know when it will
sweat.
stop.
Do you understand? It's about 4. Before 4, you're sat in front of the color TV. You
Mm.
sat there, you're waiting. On Saturdays, you know when it's going to start.
Mm-hmm.
You know all of that, but you know that you had bedtime and you had the time to play.
Mm-hmm.
And the play was, you would play outside, you would sweat and be dirty, come back home, take a shower and go to bed.
Yeah.
But, and then there was obviously time to read. You would swap books. It was a thing of joy.
True.
To talk about the detective lady, the detective young lady.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember her name now. Jane or somebody. There was this detective. There was the same. No, it was around that famous fight scene, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think she was. I can't remember her name now, but she was a detective young lady.
Yeah.
Her name will come back to me.
Even is running in my head. I think I know the character, but I'm trying to.
I know the character, but I can't remember her name now.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing about it is, it has to start from home. You can't allow school can't do it. School can't do it, or more correctly, school alone can't do it. You have to start from home. You also need to be setting the example at home. That is how I got into it. It's the only way that I can think of if you want to catch them young. And maybe not have them access to too much TV or Wi-Fi where they can go to different places, but actually read a book, paperback, hardcover. there's this thing about the smell of a brand new book or
Mm.
a book just off the press.
Mm-hmm.
The ink has just dried, and you open it. It's a new book. It's called the new book smell. That smell is amazing because you know you're the first person to crack that book open, and there's a joy that holding a paperback gives you. That is different than scrolling online for an ebook. That ebook definitely has its benefits, but there's a thing with hardcover books, hard copy, and putting bookmarks inside to case where you were before you close the book.
You know,
You get what I mean? So I think parents need to step in there and do the catching themselves.
um, well, when I
You're sounding
travel,
very thoughtful.
and yes, because I'm just trying to say, there's a friend I have. I grew up with her, and every time I make a post on Facebook, she goes like, "Ah, Ezinne, all those times you used to stay by that your window, by that your house, reading books is paying up. Oh, look at the English you're speaking." And so I'll go back and say, "Oh, so she used to see me because I had a corner where I would always sit on and I'm reading, but I'm also observing everything going on the streets, you know? So I'm like, oh, so she used to see me, and then I grew up, I got married, and I married someone like me. I no, someone worse
Hmm.
than me because my husband travels and comes back with two suitcases, and you think he's bought you some presents and all of that. You open the two suitcases and it's all books. There's a joke in my house now. My daughter says, guys, don't wheel the books to me. I don't want to inherit
Don't
your
will the
books.
books to it.
Don't wheel the books to me. Look, because that
Oh my gosh.
is everywhere. I mean, there is no part of our house you go to that you won't find a book. In the kitchen, in the toilet, you find books. You find books
Mm,
because we just do what? We just read. We love to read. So, and I'm,
mm,
I'm just also saying, when I was thinking, or when you said I was thoughtful, I was saying, oh, parents, because the parents are the ones who are saying they're busy, they're too busy. And I'm just wondering, so how are these busy parents going to catch their young ones to get them to read? Because the world of books is a different kettle of fish altogether. It's amazing.
it is.
It's like an other life, where you can escape into and be whoever you want to be and learn all the things you want to learn and do anything you want to do. So how do we, oh, parents, honestly, this work that Bumi has given you people is a lot, but I pray for strength for all of you. Yeah. So the phone lines are
And
still
it
open.
doesn't have to be, yeah, it doesn't have to be such a chore. It's really just by example. Are you
Mm,
reading?
okay.
Are you reading? And you could also make it, I know some people who have really brilliant ideas and say, make it a game. Tell your kids for every one book you read, I will give you 100 naira.
Aha.
For every one book you read, I'll give you 50 naira.
Good.
And I'll make a show about taking the child to the bank to put the money away. So open an account and give the child an ATM card. It's your bank card. Make a big show of it, or get a piggy bank where the child can be putting the money away for each book. Daddy, I'm done, or mommy, I'm done. And when you're done, give me a summary. Tell me in your own words what you learned from the book.
That
Make it
could
a game.
work.
Make it fun.
That could work, yeah. So you get a reward for every book you read
Get a reward
until
for every book you read.
until they grow the love of reading by themselves.
Absolutely.
Yes, I like that. I like that. So every family can tailor something that works for them. You know your kids, so you know what
Absolutely.
reward
You know your kids.
system is best for them, but get the kids to be reading. Get them to be reading. Okay, so we have a question from the WhatsApp platform. This question
Okay.
is from Tobechuku. Tobechuku is writing from Agege. Tobechuku says to ask from you, what book did you read in January, and what book are you currently reading now?
Ah, okay, so one of the things that I use to help me keep up reading is I belong to a book club.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna be shameless about this. It's called my book club NG. It's called the Book Club Lagos, and you
Ha.
can find them on Instagram at my book club NG. Just say the Book
Mhm.
Club Lagos. So in January we read um, nearly all men in Lagos are mad.
Oh, that book.
Nearly all men in Lagos are mad. It's by Damila Rekuku.
Yes.
Okay, and it's a collection of short stories.
Mhm.
Basically, it's about women who have survived romantic relationships with all kinds of guys in Lagos.
Mm.
Okay, it's different people, serial killers, mommy's boys,
I'm definitely going to read that book.
the Instagram, the Instagram. You know people that say, "Fake it till you make it."
Yes.
The Instagram fine boys, the mommy's boys, the sugar babies, sugar babies, sugar boys,
Mhm.
all manner of people. There is somebody who was being abused by her husband
Mm.
for I can't remember exactly how the story was, but something along the lines of she being abused by her husband. She was the one making the money in the family. Typical Nigerian story.
Mhm.
One making the money in the family, but the husband wasn't working. He wasn't earning shishi.
But he was
But he
terrorizing
kept
her.
abusing her. He was
Hmm.
terrorizing her. God bless
Hmm.
you. He was terrorizing her, and he was cheating on her. He was terrorizing her, and he was cheating on her.
Double jeopardy.
Okay, and as in, and then she finally caught on to the nonsense he was doing and kicked him out. Essentially, and married her driver. Some
Huh?
interesting story like that. Yes,
Uh, okay.
that's right.
That ending.
There, that was actually a good ending because she found love. She actually
Okay.
found love. There was another one that there were different. So there was a wife that took a knife to her husband's penis because he was being unfaithful, and there were some family. Oh, you can't do this. The family got involved. You can't do this. This is not right. The woman should not be doing well. Meanwhile, the man has been terrorizing her life.
Wow.
There was so many things. There was
No,
one who
I'm I'm
decided
I'm
she was
I'm
done with
certainly
black
going to
Lagos
read this
people.
book.
She was done with black Lagos people. She was going to look at the people that was going to take care of her. Meanwhile, the Igbo national showed her care. So
Oh.
it,
Okay, okay.
because I said he might be Oyibo, but he's a Lagos boy.
Ah,
Do you understand? He might be Oyibo, but he's a Lagos boy.
but he
So
was, yeah,
it's,
I
it's
know.
she was looking for her soulmate, right? She was tired of all the shenanigans and all the relationships that she'd been in, and she was just tired. And for us, while we were having the conversation, it threw up a lot of stories about how we grew up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, some of the conversation was somebody was saying, "Oh, how we are, we need to speak up for ourselves. If you're going to be a bad
Yeah.
person, own it. Just do what you got to do and own it. Take responsibility for your actions, and all that." And my counterpoint to that was, yeah, you can say that now as a grown adult. But
Yeah.
back in the day when you were younger, you cannot go and say you want to do what? You want to what? Stay out late? Everybody had curfew. By 7 o'clock, you must be in your house. Your father will not catch you outside by 7. You can't tell your dad that you're going out.
You're going out.
You're going to.
When you
Even
don't,
like, even
you
like
haven't
today,
started earning money, you don't pay no bills, you want to go
you
out.
understand? Even up today, even this our time that children are beginning to, we have a sleepover. What's the meaning of sleepover? Then you sleep over where?
Eh?
Who is the person that you want to go and sleep over in the
Is it your
house?
mother's brother or your father's
Do you
sister?
understand? How are they related to us? Do we know them? All of that stuff. So our parents are beginning to be more open-minded these days because we have conversations with them and say, "Mommy, Daddy, it's not really like that," and they're beginning to see the light. But back in the day, that was how they knew to protect us. They only did what they did with what they
Out of
knew.
love for us.
Out of love for us. You can
Yeah.
only now speak about now only or whatever if it happens, if you want to now have sex, it's okay. No, no.
Okay.
You know,
Don't give us everything about the book, huh? So that we can be able to go and buy the book and then also have these conversations
please
ourselves.
do, please do, please
Yes.
do, please do.
The numbers to call is 07000 The number to text is 0703 175 6537. Yeah. Okay. So Bumi, that was the book you read last month. What are you currently reading right now?
Mm-hmm. So I haven't started reading any book this month.
Okay.
I have one that I intend to read, but I honestly haven't started because I'm in school again. I told you I like school. I'm in
Yes.
school
So
again and
you're
I have
back
an
to
exam
school.
coming up.
Okay.
So I'm back to school now.
Okay.
But I have checked the book. I can tell you the title.
Please tell us. Our listener would like to know that that's why she asked the question.
Uh, hang on. I wrote it down somewhere for the life of me.
Okay. While you're searching for
I'll
that.
find it. I'll find it.
Yes,
Yes.
while you're searching for that. I will be playing you my second song by T.Y. Belo. The Land is Green.
In the rain as the clouds got gray. On the rose and the earth sings. The season's just beginning. Sunlight it hides as the clouds make way. The pouring of my blessings. I will not be afraid. I see it now. I understand. I know. So I embrace it and it's the rain for my seed to grow. Every prayer, every seed I've sown, Lord of the harvest knows I'm giving back 100-fold. The land is green, it's green, oh, oh. The land is green, it's green, and you see the harvest ready. Lord of the harvest will be sown. It's green for me. It's green for me.
So, Bumi, did you find it?
Did.
Okay, so what's the
I
name?
did. And it is The White Between Us.
Okay. Okay.
It's by Gray Hendricks and Sarah Pekkanen.
Uh, okay, great. Okay, so I hope that the person who asked that question has gotten that now. We've run out of
Yes.
time, and that's what happens when you're having fun. So I'm
Aww.
going to ask you to quickly, very quickly in the next 1-2 minutes, tell me, answer this last question for us, and then we'll just wrap. This question is from Timmy Lahin. Timmy Lahin is asking, knowledge in isolation is no longer power. You guys are just talking about soak up. So knowledge in isolation is not just it's no longer power. The new power is the application of knowledge to achieve set goals and objectives. So do you agree? And if you agree, why? And then if why, how can we now turn the knowledge we have into application? I guess that's our
You
question.
need to set goals. I agree, first of all.
Mhm.
And you need to set goals. So one of the things that I learned as a life coach, and like I said, it's also part of my learning that drove me into neuro-linguistic programming and life coaching and everything I do on with that is, yeah, reading and acquiring knowledge is the one thing. It's completely different from actually applying that reading and knowledge to your life. Okay? And from your work, your passion, the things that you're excited about, you want to be able to sit down and draw out what your purpose is in life. And based on that purpose, agree with yourself what 100% in every aspect of your life is going to be. Now, based off of what you've decided 100% in the different areas of your life, and I'm talking about the health, relationship, love, career, um, achievement, whatever it is that you decide are the cardinal points of your life, the things that are important to you, based off of that, now begin to break down what those goals are, what 100% is for you with each of those cardinal points. What is 100% for you will be different from what is 100% for
For the
me.
next person.
Now,
True.
absolutely, and to the next person. But your journey is your journey, and so based off of that, you cannot begin to break down those goals into actionable daily points and then begin to work based off of that. Now, all of this is really sweet to say in theory.
In theory. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you
It is
for
the
that
practice
caveat.
of it. It's the practice of it. But it sounds really simple, but even putting pen to paper is a lot of work.
Yeah.
So you have to decide that it's something that you want to do, and give yourself daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly goals, and commit to standing by it. Make yourself a promise and choose not to break that promise to yourself.
Thank you. Thank you so much,
Yeah.
Bumi. Thank you for coming on the show today. We've learned quite a lot from you today. My take really is that my takeout today is that you must be determined to soak up. It must be something that you want, you know, and it's something to start out early in the morning and then you keep going at it. So thank you so much for your
Absolutely.
time. Everybody on the OPU team
Having
says
me.
thank you. Keep being the OPU woman. Do well in
Yay!
school. Because when next we invite you, we know there'll be an added accolade to the one that we already know. So thank you. Thank you. All righty.
Thank you for having me.
Okie dokie.
Thank
Bye for now. So you see, I told you she was one soaked up lady and she came true, proving that I was right. The song we played last was by T.Y. Bello. Indeed, the land is green. T.Y. is another very soaked up lady. Ever wondered why her portraits are very expensive? It's the same picture that comes out, but it's not quite the same. The depth of what she knows and all that she has soaked up comes through the pictures that she takes. The light, the set, the expressions, the mood, and all of that. That's what makes the difference. The difference between a mind that is soaked up and one that is not soaked up is found in expertise. It's been a very amazing show again today. I just wish that we could just go on to 2 hours. Sometimes I get carried away. Like today, I've enjoyed myself, and I hope you've enjoyed yourself too. I apologize that the lines weren't letting the callers get through, but you can continue this conversation with us on Instagram at Up with Ezinne. Yes, somebody will be there to take your questions and everything. Woman, please do not be careless over your life. A lot of destinies are tied to you soaking up, knowing what the time is talking, and knowing what to do part time. This is where we wrap up today's edition of Up You with Ezinne. It's been another amazing one. Please follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Up You with Ezinne. Get copies of our books, Up You and When Adversity Strikes, Fight. Thank you. Big up to everyone that is involved in creating this magic every week. Starting with you, our dear OPU community, our guests, our advertisers, callers, the engineers on duty, Sumto, the amazing, amazing Sumto, the OPU team, and the best radio station, WFM 91.7. You all stay strong, stay blessed, stay lifted. My name is Ezinne Kufure Kanem. Until next edition, OPU. Bye for now.
season's just beginning. So let it hide so the clouds make way. Pouring out my blessings, will not be afraid. I see it now, I understand, I know. So I embrace it then. It's raining for my seed to grow. For every prayer and every seed I've sown, Lord of the harvest knows I'm giving back 100-fold. The land is green, it's green. Oh, oh. The land is green, it's green. And you see, the harvest is ready. Lord of the harvest will be sown. It's green for me. It's green for me. Standing alone can be a heavy load. But my vows I won't be breaking. Though my heart is aching, I got a word and I won't let go. It's your will I'm seeking, so I keep on believing. I see it now, I understand, I know. So I embrace it and once again